Brilliance Audio presents In Tune, Music as the Bridge to Mindfulness by Richard Wolff, performed by Tom Parks. Musicians have to set aside time on a regular basis for learning and practice. Even amateur musicians dedicate some time during the week to take lessons and practice. Meditation practice also requires a small but not insignificant degree of dedication. As opposed to most serious musical practice, meditation does not require a lot of time. 10 minutes a day is a common way to begin a practice. Whereas in music, 10 minutes won't get you too far, with meditation, 10 minutes will get you on your way to greater peace and clarity. Yet, as with music, the longer your practice sessions, the likelier you are to make progress. So you gradually may want to extend your sitting to 15 and 20-minute sessions to get more benefit. Even once you've carved out the time to meditate, doing so consistently might present further obstacles. Meditation and mindfulness training are most effective when practiced on a regular basis, ideally daily. But budgeting the time in your busy schedule to squeeze in this new practice will be a challenge. It will require a level of resolve that can resist the constant demands on your attention. Luckily, thanks to music, you already have some skill in this area. When starting out as a budding musician, you recognized that you needed to carve out time in your day to practice. It's a reasonable guess that your dedication to learning your instrument helped you find a routine that allowed you to practice more or less consistently. Now you can call on that experience of setting aside distractions on a daily basis to help you progress in this new endeavor. Once you've resolved to make a serious effort to follow the path of mindfulness, applying the dedication and disciplined time management that you've already refined in music to this new practice should be natural. Dedication is the first bridge, because it is not only essential to building a daily practice, but it's also pretty much a foundation for everything that follows. No musician ever became moderately successful without being dedicated to making music. A strong resolve is necessary in overcoming the setbacks, failures, disappointments, and disillusionment that we all experience as musicians. Why would meditation practice be any different? Key steps in your practice: creating the conditions. All of man's misfortunes derive from one thing, which is not knowing how to sit still in a quiet room. Blaise Pascal. When starting out, creating the conditions for mindful meditation practice will help it take root in our lives. Then the practice happens by itself. Once the soil is prepared, the seed can flower. As Shunryu Suzuki said, never think that you are sitting zazen. Zazen is sitting zazen. What are some useful conditions for developing mindful meditation? It begins with the intention and commitment to practice. Having trust in the efficacy of practice and taking joy in the pleasures of peace are good foundations in the long term. Having confidence that the more you repeat the process, the more progress you eventually will make is helpful. Finding joy in the pleasures of peace that meditation can bring is a strong but gentle motivator. And of course, the many links we've pointed to between musical practice and meditative mindfulness practice happily embody conditions that can nurture the practice. One important way to support your practice is to continue to enrich your understanding of meditation and mindfulness by reading, listening to podcasts, or watching lectures in the field. In daily life, you may constantly be faced with stressful situations, failure and disappointment, and looming storms on the horizon, not to mention an endless barrage of information and digital overload designed to tip your tenuous balance. Periodically immersing yourself in the culture of calm attention can tone down the effects of these stress-producing circumstances. And what you learn about mindfulness and meditation from the experience of others not only enhances your understanding of your own experience, but also contributes to the conditions that will nurture your practice.